Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to another video on Modern Warships. I'm the Unknown, and today I'm going to talk about, my story as a Modern Warships player, how I became, who I am as a player today. And the reason I'm making this video is because I watched Ebergod's video on the evolution of modern warships, and it really got me like thinking about making this video just so it's like out there instead of talking about it during a live stream. I'll just make it like a dedicated video type thing. So it all started back in 2021, and my brother Mortem he started playing this game a while ago. I was playing a different game called Car Parking Multiplayer, and you could imagine how I got rich in this game is pretty much the same as how I got rich in that car game. And I was a very well-known person, very popular because I had a lot of hacked cars and all this stuff, and very rich. And whenever somebody wanted a car or whatever, they would come to me. Anyways, Mortem was downloading this Modern Warships game, and I was watching him play it and stuff, and I just didn't really want to download it because, like, I didn't feel like wasting my effort on another game when I already have everything in one game. So I didn't download it. And the more my brother progressed, the more that I started getting a little bit interested, and my brother, knowing him, he would not stop bugging me until I downloaded it. So keep in mind, this was 2021 May, and back when Modern Warships was so optimized that you can play it on an old Samsung tablet. That's how long ago this was. And I was like 16. I was literally 16 years old when I downloaded this. My brother was 14 at the time. So I downloaded it, and I got from like level 1 to 12, and then I just stopped playing because I got bored. So my brother was leveling up, and when he got to level 20, he bought the Gerald R. Ford, he bought the Marlin autocannon and stuff. Then the Gibka came out, so, he was just grinding on the game, and it just got me to play it more. So, I got back into the game, especially since back when we had daily rewards. The 30th daily reward you would get was a tier 3 ship. So I basically just waited, and I would only log in to get daily rewards until I got my very first tier 3 ship, which was none other than the RF Variag. So I grinded using the RF Variag from level 12 to 15, and strictly offline using the Variag. Back then, it took a long time to get to level 15. A long time. Now you can get it in just like a few minutes. Back then, it took days if you really just grinded, because it took over 100 battles to get it. Now it takes like maybe freaking less than 50 matches. So for those new players out there, y'all have it easy. Anyways, once I saved enough money for level 15, I decided to buy my first ever tier 3 ship with dollars. And that ship was the ROKS CVX. And I also used the CVX to grind a lot offline just to level up more and more. And then when I was level 17, I bought the IJN Yamato, which is a fan favorite among the OGs out there. I bought this when I was level 17. I had enough gold for it. And then after that, before I got the Yamato, I was level 14, turning 15. September 7th, 2021, this was a day after my birthday. And I saw this ship here, the USS Zumwalt, in a $40 bundle that came with the Tesla skin. It was basically the Zumwalt with its default armaments, but it had the Tesla skin on it. So I bought it. I didn't know the Tesla skin was a 14,000 gold skin. I just bought it because it was cool, and I was like, oh, it's, a cool ship and all that. So the Zumwalt became my main ship for a long time. I grinded offline with it strictly until about level 35. And when I was level 35, I became a Misfits recruit, if you will. So I joined the Misfits clan but I wasn't actually a misfit, if that makes sense. I was in the recruit stage. I was the bottom of the barrel. And yeah. So I was a misfit from level 35 to about level 43, and then I got kicked out. But in that time frame, I went from an offline grinder to an online grinder. So on November 24th, 2021, the same month that the first Battle Pass came out, I decided to try my chances in the in-game tournament, the damage and the kills tournament. Now, I didn't end up getting the hero title. I ended up getting 4th place in damage with 170 million damage, and then I got 7th place in kills with 315 kills online. I did this all in about 20 hours, so I played 20 hours straight, and in Florida, the time zones for when the tournament started was 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. the next day. So it was pretty much an all-day affair. So yeah, and in that time span of me grinding the damage tournament, I ended up going from level 36. I was halfway to level 37. And I leveled up to 37, halfway to 38, and that was about 3.5 million XP at the time that I grinded in a day. And back then, that was the most XP I ever grinded in a day. But I didn't just use the Zumwalt, I used the Port Royal as well, because Port Royal back in 2021 was really good for the damage tournament. But in that time frame, I became one of the most well-known Zumwalt players out there. And keep in mind, I did have a YouTube channel since like September 2021. For the OGs out there, the OG of the OG subscribers of this channel, you guys know that the very first channel I ever had, it wasn't my channel, it was my brother's, but he never posted on it. So I just started posting on it just to get subscribers and get views and stuff. And we got like 232 subs before my brother decided to delete it. So a few months later, February 25th of 2022, I made the Unknown MW YouTube channel. But before that channel was born, I was like one of the most well-known Zumwalt players. I was 1v1ing players left and right. I was winning, I was losing some, mainly winning because I hardly ever lost. Realistically, back then, the only players who could really beat me was my own brother, Mortem, and Kraken, the notorious Kraken, the dude who was so good at the game that he was accused of cheating. And he was banned for cheating even though he's never cheated. Anyways, so I made my YouTube channel, and the very first video I posted was in February 2022 with the major Chinese update. The CN Type 058 came out with the J25 and the J50. By the way, all of this is purely from memory. All of these dates that I'm telling you, this is just purely out of my memory. So yeah, that's what kickstarted the channel, and I was just your typical YouTuber. I was a nobody, really. Like, when it really came down to it, I was a nobody. I was just another YouTuber just making random content, no commentary, just, you know, the classic, oh, here's the ship, here's what I'm using, and then I jumped to like a match. That was it. There was nothing special about it. And a couple of my subscribers were talking about maybe I should use my voice or maybe I should use commentary. So I tried that. And yeah, very first video I made, I used my voice, and it got a lot of positive feedback. A lot of people liked it. So from then on, I just decided to make videos with my voice. And then a long time ago, the devs decided to, I don't know how long they did it, but they had this thing where it's like, oh, if you get a certain amount of subscribers, you can apply for the YouTuber role. And, you know, that's something to work towards. I really wanted that. So I decided to grind and grind. I was nonstop promoting my YouTube channel in the chats to the point where people just kept telling me to stop spamming. But, you know, I didn't stop spamming. I just kept promoting my YouTube channel to where it is now and stuff. I mean, now I don't really promote my channel that much, but back then, I promoted it nonstop. For those that know me, y'all know that I would be in that chat all the time promoting and all of that stuff. And during this time, I didn't have a title. Now, I was one of those players where I went through that phase where it's like I had an obsession with killing heroes and legends. And back then, killing a hero and killing a legend was a huge feat because back then heroes and legends actually had skills. and they actually earned their titles. So it was very impressive. I was so obsessed with killing titled players that I kept a count. I've killed hundreds of heroes, hundreds of legends, and I just kept track of it. I was known as the title slayer. Not really the title slayer, but people made up their nicknames. I was just that one dude who would just go out and just kill people. I even made videos about it back then. But nobody really cared about it, so I stopped because it's not really a big deal anymore. And I just went through that phase where it's like, oh, I don't need a title. I'm already the best, like one of the best players out there. I don't need a title. Obviously, you could see that didn't really last long. I have a tournament win. That didn't last long. So, in April of 2023, I decided to join a tournament. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. So, my first tournament that I ever joined was a 1v1 tournament. And it was one of those like 1v1 tournaments where each round, like round 1 was like a different class of ship, round 2 was a different class, so on and so forth. So round 1 was frigates. And I used the F126 with A22s, which back then A22 was like the best grenade launcher for brawling. And I went against the now clan leader of the Darkstar Rogue clan, Kriegeruda. I beat him 2-0. I slaughtered the hell out of him. And I made it to round 4 because round 2 was destroyers, and I got a default win. Round 3 was cruisers. I got a default win. Round 4 was submarines. I lost because I'm not a sub player. So naturally, a sub main absolutely destroyed me. I still put up a fight. Like, he didn't slaughter me, but, like, he beat me. You know, a win is a win at the end of the day. I lost. So the next tournament I joined was a 3v3. I had no experience. I was with my buddy Black Viper, and I forgot who the third guy was, but we lost the first round to a bunch of offline grinders with 99% KDs. It was very embarrassing. It was a very embarrassing loss. And then, out of the blue, a 2v2 Zoomwalt tournament came up. The Stealth Guard tournament, if you will. And I was interested in it because it's like, oh, it's a 2v2 Zoomwalt. Like, Zoomwalt's my ship. Like, oh, wow, that's an awesome tournament. I should do it. So I was trying to search for a teammate. And, you know, Zenith's Lil Phoenix decided to, join that tournament with me. I don't know where Lil Phoenix is on my friends list, but if I can show you him, I will. Yeah, there he is, Lil Phoenix. Back then, he was an Apex clan. And he was level 52. I was level 50, leader of the Sky Clan, which is now Aurora, who was led by my friend Nightmare. Anyways, so we did this tournament. We ended up steamrolling it. Round 1, 2, 3, we won 2-0. Steamrolled. Round 4, we won 2-1. The semifinals, we won 3-0. And then the finals is where we really locked in, but we got complacent. So in the finals, we won 2-0. We only needed one more win, but we got complacent and impatient, so we lost. Now it was 2-1. Same thing happened. We lost. It was 2-2. So now we really had to lock in. I was already guaranteed to get the hero title, but I was not going to settle for less. We needed this win. We needed to get legendary. So all bets were off. Me and Phoenix, Unexplored Rocks. We were going against a team by the name of GCLR, which was the leader. It was what was his name? Freaking Crosslink Saboteur and Gary Lane. Those two people. They were the only challenge really in that tournament. We ended up sticking together. We were communicating. We were focusing on one dude. We decided that we were just going to lock in, tunnel vision it. We decided to focus one person. So we did. We focused on one person. That was Crosslink. We ended up killing him. And he was dead, but at the cost of Phoenix's life. So Phoenix ended up dying, not after we got Gary Lane to half health. Now it was a 1v1. It was me against Gary Lane. We were both half health. It was basically a brawl to the death. It was streamed. Zenith's JP Morgan was watching. Everybody was watching this tournament. Phoenix was just spamming in the freaking game chat. Go, just freaking kill that dude. So I was literally just following this dude around a rock, and I was chasing this dude. I was not settling for less. I wanted to kill this dude. I ended up clutching that tournament. We won the finals 3-2, and we both won legendary. First place, we won legendary. And to make that tournament win even more special, not only did I use my favorite ship, the very first ship that I ever paid money for, it was a completely skill-based tournament where everybody was using Champ Missile, Monarch, Comanche, the American Shop autocannon, that's the rare one, and then we used Sea Sparrow. Everybody used that. It was a completely skill-based tournament, and it was team-based. Only the best and most skilled team was going to win, and that was us. We won that tournament. So that's why I have one tournament win, but I am a legendary player. Phoenix got his legendary title. Me and him, we celebrated. It was a huge victory. During this time, I was a content creator, actually. I got the YouTuber role. I was a press account holder. I got my press account on November of 2022. And yeah, that basically marked the whole beginning of the Unknown MW and how popular and underrated I am. Not trying to brag or anything, but that's what you guys tell me. And, I make videos for the whole purpose of my entertainment. I love making videos. I love doing reviews. And I recognize that I would not be where I'm at today without you guys. You guys supported me from day one. Senior moderator Tony was my very first subscriber. Huge shout out to Senior Mod Tony. Everybody else who subscribed to me over the years, I thank you guys so much. And, again, I would not be where I'm at today. I would not be known as the collector, if it wasn't for you guys. Because as you guys know, the perks of being a Creators Crew member is I get 10,000 gold, $50 million, 30 days premium every month. That's the salary of a Creators Crew member. On top of that, when we post reviews, when you guys see me review the events and all of that, yes, I do like doing reviews of the events and all that, but we also get points for that. And we use those points to exchange for gacha items and stuff. So I usually use them to exchange for the free-to-play gacha because I don't like grinding the free-to-play gacha. So I ended up using my points to exchange for those items. And that's all because of you guys. If you guys didn't want to subscribe to me and didn't do all of these things, I would not be able to have that. And I recognize that, It's y'all's support and y'all subscribing and y'all tuning in to watch my videos that got me here. And that's why I'm able to have this stuff, is because of you guys. Yes, I have a wallet. Yes, I can go ahead and buy the gacha stuff. But at the end of the day, I would not have my salary. I wouldn't have any of this if it wasn't for you guys. And I am forever grateful for y'all's support. And it really means a lot, If y'all made it this far, comment Zoomwalt. Just put Zoomwalt in the chat. Zoomwalt with the freaking Moai emoji if you've made it this far. But yeah. That is, my story on how I became unknown. And yeah, my name has always been unknown in the game. I've changed it, I've tweaked it a little bit, but it's always been unknown. But, some people call me the collector. But yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for the immense amount of support y'all have given me over the years. I'm turning 21 next month, and I was 16 when I started playing this game. So let that sink in. And as a huge, thank you and stuff, I will be hosting a giveaway, when I reach 3,000 subscribers. When I reach 3,000 subscribers, I will host a giveaway that I myself will pay for. First place winner is going to get 1,300 free gacha spins. Second place will receive the bundle ship at the 90% discount. And third place will receive the bundle skin, which you can, you can keep that. You can sell it in the market for R coins, whatever. But yeah, that's just me saying thank you for you guys and thank you for the support. Again, I would not be here. I would just be another content creator if it wasn't for you guys. So again, thank you guys very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, peace out. Love y'all.